Hi, today we have Audi A6 with a 2-liter TDI engine. I'm going to show you how to change the dual mass flywheel. Now, as you can notice inside, this vehicle is equipped with automatic CVT transmission, but I'm going to start the engine. And I'm going to raise the vehicle. And you can hear some sound. And you can hear that the sound is coming from this side over here. That is where is the connection between the transmission and the engine. Sometimes when you start the engine it can shake the whole car. Sometimes it's working good, and also sometimes it has a problem when starting to drive, sometimes in reverse, sometimes when moving forward. So this means that I have to remove the transmission so I can replace the dual mass flywheel. I have lowered the vehicle, so next I'm going to remove the front wheels. Also I'm going to remove the plastic cover on top of the engine. I have raised the vehicle. Next I'm going to remove this metal plate. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts with 18mm wrench, and also don't forget the plastic clips that hold the cables. Next I'm going to remove this section of the exhaust. There are 3 bolts here with 13mm wrench. Disconnect the sphere flap, and also here we have 2 bolts also with 13mm wrench. This one will be very hard to open. Next I'm going to remove this heat shield. I'm going to open these 6 nuts with 10mm wrench. So next I'm going to open these 2 bolts with 13mm wrench, and I'm going to open these 6 bolts with 12 angle M10. This is connected with the rear differential. You've opened all the bolts, but I cannot remove the drive shaft, so I have to remove the entire exhaust. I have to open this nut here with 13mm wrench, also on this side. Sorry, this with a 16mm wrench, made a small mistake. And after that I'm going to pull out this rubber mounting here and remove the whole exhaust. I'm a little stuck with the drive shaft. I can't get it out. There is some problem here. I don't understand why I can't move it through this rear end. So I have continued to removing here. I have disconnected the hoses for the oil of the oil cooler, one bolt with Torx 30. Also I have opened 4 bolts with Torx 30 that hold the cooler, and I have disconnected the coolant hoses, drained the coolant. So now you can see the plastic window. So you can see that there is something has leaked from the dual mass flywheel. So this means that the flywheel is damaged. That's why I am replacing it. So the diagnosis is correct. I'm going to remove the oil cooler completely out of the vehicle. I'm going to disconnect and the other hose. Also I have removed on both sides the aluminum heat shield. There are 2 bolts here at the bottom. They are with Torx 30, and we have one nut at the top with 10mm wrench. Also there is a plastic half part here on the drive shaft. There are 2 plastic bolts with 10mm wrench. It's the same also on this side. There is aluminum heat shield with 2 bolts, 1 nut, and this is the plastic part with 2 nuts with 10mm wrench. And next I'm going to disconnect the drive shafts, 6 bolts with 12 angle M12. I have removed the drive shafts. Also I have removed the heat shield on top of the drive shaft, 3 bolts with 6mm hex wrench. Next I'm going to disconnect the mounting here for the exhaust with 13mm wrench. And I'm going to open these 2 bolts at the bottom with 16mm 12 angle wrench. But first, now we can see the bolt of the flywheel. So we can hear the sound that was making previously. After removing the exhaust mounting, I have opened it also on the other side with 13mm wrench because it was in the way. And now you can see where the bit is installed. It's 18mm wrench with 12 angle, and it's on top of the it's set on the starter bolt for the top bolt of the starter. Also we can see there is one more bolt on this side. I will try to show you. They are holding the transmission with the engine, and also one bolt holds the starter motor. Now the lower bolt of the starter motor, I had to remove the plastic cover under the engine, and you can see it here. This one can be opened with a 16mm wrench, and also you can notice there is one more bolt that is tightened with the transmission. It's also with 18mm wrench with 12 angle. And we have two more on this side. One we have at the top, one we have here. And also we have to remove the bracket with Torx 30 that holds the pipe. Also I have disconnected the wiring from the transmission. You just have to turn it to the anti-clockwise and remove the plug from the housing. And also I can notice that I have to disconnect the steering. I have to open this bolt with 12 angle M8, and I have to pull up this joint so the transmission can go through the steering. I have lowered the vehicle and I'm removing the bolts from the top side of the vehicle, because there is no much room for working on the sides. And also I have noticed there is one more bolt at the center. Now you can see where is the coolant pipe tightened on the transmission with Torx 30. I'm going to open that bolt, and here on that is on the location of the bolt I was talking about that holds the transmission with the engine. It's also with 18mm wrench with 12 angle. This is the bolt I have removed. It is much more longer than the other ones. I have opened almost every bolt that hold the transmission with the engine. I have loosened this bolt, but I haven't removed it yet, because I have to figure it out how to support the transmission. Also I have removed the bolts here that hold the flywheel. There are 3 bolts. You can turn and lock the transmission here with a small screwdriver, and that way you can open the bolts. Also I'm going to remove this mounting for the exhaust, 2 bolts with 12 angle M10. After removing the drive shaft, I have managed to remove the flywheel. So this is the old one. And you can see it's making noise inside. And here I have the new one. Let me find the part number. So I'm going to install the flywheel and return the drive shaft. I have managed to install the transmission. Everything happened so fast. I had to call for help because the transmission was very heavy. When I was lowering the transmission, because it was with the drive shaft, I had some difficulties. Also there is, I forgot to mention it, there is a cable for the gear shifter at the top of the transmission. So when you lower the transmission a little, then you can have access to the cable. There are 2 bolts with 10mm wrench and for the metal bracket, and you have to pull out from the ball joint. So now I have installed the transmission without the drive shaft. To install the drive shaft, I have to remove the rear differential. I'm going to open the drive shafts for the wheels, and I'm going to open these two bolts here and here, and also this bolt here. So I'm going to remove the rear diff, and I'm going to put the drive shaft towards the vehicle, and after that I can put it into the transmission, and then I can return everything. I should have done this before removing the transmission. I was thinking that I have to pull out the transmission just a little bit, but I got problems here at the differential, front differential. I had to pull it backwards a little more because the differential was hitting here in the subframe, so I couldn't record that because we were only two people, and the transmission was, although it was on the hydraulic jack, it was heavy to control, so I couldn't make a video for it. Now that is installed, I can start putting back the bolts. I have tightened the transmission mounting, 4 bolts with 12 angle M10. Also I have installed the center bolt here, and I have almost tightened the bolt from the starter. There is a metal aluminum spacer, I will show you later, and that has to be put with the top bolt of the starter. And also I have installed on this side the bolt. Now the transmission is tightened, so I have to install the other bolts. I'm going to lower the vehicle because the other bolts are easy to install from the top side of the vehicle. I have installed the bolts from the top side of the engine, so now I have to install the side bolt that holds the starter also. Now this is the spacer that I was talking about. So this one, this should be installed. I will try to show you if I can. You can see that bolt. So where is it should be. I think it doesn't fit the camera. The camera is so small, and yet it couldn't fit it inside. So it's supposed to be here between the transmission and the starter, and the problem is that this is aluminum, so you can't hold it with the magnet. So I have to improvise. So I was lucky. I managed to put it only with my fingers. I don't know if I can show it to you. Now you can see it's turning. So that's where the spacer should be installed. I am turning the bolt and the spacer is moving. It's a very tight space, but I have managed to put the spacer with my fingers, install the bolt. Now I'm going to tighten it. Also I'm going to tighten the lower bolt with 16mm wrench. After tightening the starter, I am installing the bolts of the flywheel. First I have to install the 3 bolts. After that I'm going to tighten them. I'm turning the flywheel like this with a screwdriver, and I'm going to tighten them with 16mm wrench. But first you have to install all 3 bolts, because if you install one and tighten it, when you turn it, there is a possibility for the hole to be a little mismatch, so it will be difficult to install the other 2 bolts. That's why first install them, and after that tighten the bolts. I have tightened all 3 bolts, so now I can install a plastic cover like this. Next I'm going to raise the steering rack, and I'm going to install and tighten it 2 bolts. I can tighten them with 19mm wrench. Also I had to lower the steering rack. I'm not sure if I mentioned this when I was removing the transmission, because this part here was hitting into the drive shaft. That's why I had to open the bolts and lower the steering rack. I have connected the steering wheel, connected the wiring. Also I have installed the sway bar, two nuts on each side with 13mm wrench. I have connected the wiring for the transmission, and also I have connected the steering wheel with the steering rack, one bolt with 12 angle M10. I have installed the metal bracket for the oil cooler for the transmission, 2 bolts with 16mm wrench with 12 angle. Next I'm going to install the drive shafts. I have installed the right drive shaft, 6 bolts with 12 angle M10. Also I have installed the heat shield, 3 bolts with 6mm hex wrench. On this side I had to disconnect again the steering rack so I can install the drive shaft. I have reinstalled the steering wheel, reconnected the steering wheel. Also I have installed the oil cooler, 4 bolts with Torx 30, connected the coolant hoses. Also connected the oil hoses, 1 bolt with Torx 30. And there is a metal bracket here for the coolant hose, and also the plastic clips. So now I'm going to lower the vehicle, and I'm going to connect the hose with this aluminum pipe, and also there is a bolt here with Torx 30. I have to install it. I have lowered the vehicle so I can connect the hose. Also 1 bolt with Torx 30. I will try to show you the bolts of the transmission. But as you can see, it's very tight space. So now I can refill with coolant, and after that I'm going to install the drive shaft for the rear wheels. We have installed this side plastic panel, 2 bolts with 10mm wrench, plastic bolts. Also I have installed this side aluminum heat shield, 2 bolts with 30mm with Torx 30, and 1 nut with 10mm wrench. It's also on the other side. So I had to remove the whole differential. I had to open the bolts from the drive shaft, 6 bolts on each side with 12 angle M10. Then I had to remove 2 bolts, one here and one here with 18mm wrench. One I had here with 16mm wrench, but then was a problem. I had to twist, turn it somehow and remove the aluminum bracket. There are 2 bolts at the bottom, here and here. They are very easy to reach, but the top bolts are very difficult to reach, so I have to turn it sideways on one side and on the other side, and then through these holes remove the bolts. After removing the bracket, I can remove the differential, so now I can install the drive shaft. So now I could push the drive shaft towards the back of the vehicle, and after that I can install it here on the transmission. So now I have to return the rear differential. I have managed to install the rear differential, tighten it all the bolts. Now I just have to install the bolts from the drive shafts, 6 here, 6 here, and also we have 6 here. I have tightened the drive shafts. Also I have tightened the center drive shaft bearing, 2 bolts with 13mm wrench. Now I'm going to install the heat shield and I can install the exhaust. I have installed the exhaust. There is one nut here with 13mm wrench, one nut also here with 13mm wrench, one rubber mounting here. Also I have put this metal crossbar. There are 4 bolts on each side. They can be tightened with 12 angle M10. Metal bracket here, 2 bolts with 13mm wrench connected the sphere flap, 3 nuts with 12mm wrench. Now I just have to tighten these plastic bolts. This is the heat shield, and then I can lower the vehicle. I'm going to start the engine, check for any leaks, and after that I'm going to put the metal crossbar here under the transmission. Also I have to recheck the oil level on the transmission. This is the plug. The temperature for the ATF should be around 40 degrees, 35 to 40 degrees, and then when I open the plug it should be leaking just a little bit. I have lowered the vehicle, so now I'm going to start the engine. The sound is gone. Also the shaking is gone. So I'm going to let the engine to work until the oil warms up. And also I'm leaving this cap open of the coolant. So when the engine reaches normal working temperature, I'm going to refill with more coolant. Next I'm going to put the wheels. I have checked the oil level through this plug with 10mm hex wrench. I have refilled with half a liter of oil, ATF DSG. So now I have installed this metal plate at the bottom of the transmission. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 on this side, 8 bolts with 18mm wrench. Next I'm going to install the plastic covers and I'm going to lower the vehicle. So now I can take the car for the test drive. The car is moving nicely. Also I don't hear the sound from the flywheel. If it was like this, engaged into a gear and holding the brake, it was making terrible noise. This means that I am finished. If you like to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and thank you for watching.